Happy New Year! What's going on, everybody? Happy New Year. Happy holidays to you all. I hope that you had an incredible time off. Hopefully you took some time off. For the ones out there that are crazy enough to work during the holidays, guys, you got to take some time off. Take some time to relax, chill out, hang out. But it is the new year. We are very excited for this year of 2024 here at Siser. And we get to do, this is the first live of 2024, and it is a doozy. So really quick, I'm going to go around the room. We're doing something different in 24. We're going to speed up the saying hellos and hanging out, and we're going to let you guys get in. But I want to hop directly into the software, directly into this awesome deal that we have for you to start the new year off right. But let's get into that. But first, before we do any of that, we'll say hi to everybody hanging out on YouTube and on Facebook is Trev. Say hi, Trev.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
And then hanging out over on the Instagram cam is Chloe. Say hi, Chloe.
Hi, everyone.
And you guys already know, the one, the copy master, the maestro of all the words, the things we do here at Siser is Adam. Say hi, Adam.
Hey, everyone.
And we'll give a group one on three because Anna's not here today. So 1, 2, 3. Hi, Anna. Alrighty, so let's kick off the new year live the right way. I want to know what fun projects you guys did for the new year, what fun holiday, Christmas time projects, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah projects that you guys did, all of the things. I want you to dump 2023 into the comments below. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know all the fun stuff that you've been doing. And then I also want you to comment in, what are your plans for 24? If you're a business owner, does it mean you're scaling up your business? Are you somebody on the fence about trying a Juliet or a Romeo high definition cutter or maybe some new materials that you're seeing out there? What's your goals for 24? Let's start talking about those. Let's start solidifying those plans so that we can have a really awesome, successful 2024 here at Siser and there at home. So let's hop directly into exactly what we're going to be talking about today. Siser and Creative Fabrica have teamed up to give you an awesome deal. Now, as you guys know, Creative Fabrica is an incredible place filled with, I want to say it was like 15 million plus designs, fonts, things of that nature that help you become more creative. And not only are there fonts in there that already tickle your fancy when you're seeing cool projects out there, and you're like, hey, I gotta know what that font was. A lot of times you can find it right there at Creative Fabrica, majority of the time, but also there's a ton of inspiration. You can float through Creative Fabrica's website and you have the opportunity to kind of get inspired by not only their paper crafts, there's some, there's a spark of interest, there's 3D crafts in there, there's graphics, there's PNGs, there's fonts, there's tools, there's classes, there's needlework, there's everything that you need to know. And because you are a Leonardo Design Studio user or going to be a Leonardo Design Studio user, you're actually getting this at a really great discount. Now, for anybody out there that knows, Creative Fabrica usually is a little bit of a cost, but our friends over at Creative Fabrica have teamed up with us to bring it to you for $59 for an entire year, right, Adam?
That's right.
That is right. I got the 2 thumbs up. So $59. If you are a current Leonardo Design Studio user, you get an email or should have already gotten an email. As soon as you register and sign up for Leonardo Design Studio, you'll also get prompted in an email to accomplish or get this awesome deal. Now, that's for current users and for new users. We didn't forget about anybody. We want to make sure that everybody has a chance to get this deal. But I think what we should probably do is hop into Creative Fabrica because I want to show you the most important. Getting in, finding your designs, and especially when they're part of a bundle of some kind, how do we get those out of Creative Fabrica into Leonardo Design Studio or whatever software that you're using currently, and how do we actually accomplish that full project from start to finish? So we're going to go into Creative Fabrica right now. I'm on the website, and I've actually been kind of looking through a bunch of really fun projects and inspiration and designs and stuff like that. Which all has access once we pay that $59, which, by the way, is free because it then gets reimbursed for you. That's one thing that I just forgot to tell you. You'll pay the $59 up front, and then that money is actually reimbursed back to you. So you'll get it for free for the entire year based on a reimbursement. So with that, I've been kind of going through, playing around, looking at all of the images and stuff like that. And because Christmas is already over and New Year's is already over, Adam, Chloe, and Trev say, hey, no more Christmas, no more New Year's. We got to move on, man. We can't live in the past. So what I actually found And I did something really cool that you can do on Creative Fabrica. Let me just go to this present. I know it's Christmas related, but I want to click on, let's see, let's go to this one here. I can actually save an image. Where is it at right here? Oh, let me bring my, because I'm not at 100% anymore. Here we go. So I can actually save all of these images and save everything within Creative Fabrica. And the cool part about that is once I'm done, at the top I can go to My Favorites, and then I have everything. So you can see I've looked through a couple of fonts today, I've looked through a couple of designs, and I found this really cool Valentine Day PNG bundle. And as you know, for somebody that uses Leonardo or somebody that's wanting to get into Leonardo Design Studio, the cutters and all of that stuff, PNG is the best way to execute a print then cut. So today, we're gonna do a project with one of these Valentine's Day designs. We're gonna make Chloe a sweet crew neck sweater for Valentine's Day. I thought of you about this one, and not only are we gonna do that, but we're gonna show you how to go through the process of using your artwork, and we're gonna use Easy Color DTV to tie it all together. So I went ahead and I found this Valentine's Day, and it looks like there's 20 different PNG images in here. We'll go through some of them. This is a cute one. Will you be my boo? Ghost is fun. Which one is this? Let's see, there's there's some cupids in the house. I think that one's kind of cute. That's pretty funny. And then don't don't go baking my heart is one of them too. That's a funny one. Let's see. So there's a bunch of different designs in here. Well, how do I get these individual designs from Creative Fabrica to Leonardo? What I'm going to simply do is I'm going to go ahead and hit download, and that will automatically download it to my computer for me. And then once that's actually done processing or it's done downloading, what we need to do is we need to extract that zip file. So most of these files, especially the bundles, are going to come into a zipped file into your computer. So this is finishing up downloading right now. Once we get done, we'll go through a couple more of these. There's, let's see, we got You Are My Missing Piece. That's a cute one. I like that one. I like that one. The lunch lady crew is kind of funny. The lunch lady crew is kind, caring, smart, loyal, helpful, strong, friendly, and dedicated. I like that. All right, so let's go into all of our downloads. I'm going to click on the Valentine's Day bundle that I just had, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of these. I don't know about you guys when you extract stuff. I always select all. I don't think you have to. You can just hit extract all, but I do it as precaution. So I'm just going to hit extract all. For me, I usually browse and I find my design folder that I have made. So I have a folder that's just for my designs, and what I want to do is I'm going to go into my Creative Fabrica folder so I can keep everything organized. And much like this Christmas folder, I'm going to add one for Valentine's Day. Don't yell at me if I spelled things wrong. I'm doing it quickly. Once I select this folder, now I can extract all of those designs into one place to make it a lot more simplistic for myself. So let's go ahead and double check into Leonardo. I'm going to import my image, and you already see that the Christmas ones are up, which is cool. Go into the Valentine's Day. Oh, looks like it didn't extract. So let's go back in. And that's okay if it doesn't. We got to go through the process, make sure that everything's working properly for you guys. So let's go to Browse. We're in the Valentine's Day folder. Let's select that folder, hit Extract. And I'm not seeing anything in this folder. All right, well, that's all right. What we're going to do is we're going to flip-flop really quick, and I'm just going to click on one of these at random. We'll extract that one by itself. And I'm not seeing it. Uh-oh, I think I downloaded something wrong here, guys. Sorry. All right, so we'll go through, actually, what I'm going to do, let me go through the Christmas ones for now. I hate to do that to you because I know you guys said to get away, but I already extracted these this morning. So obviously with the internet working on Wi-Fi right now, it's not processing as fast as I wanted it, but it's cool. So we'll go through and we're gonna pick a cool Christmas design to show you the process. Hopefully by the time we get done with that, our file and our folders had time to upload everything and we're gonna be good to go. So we'll go ahead and we'll select the Have a Cup of Cheer, which is one that I had before. I'm gonna select that one. And this is what the design looks like. So now we're going to go back into Leonardo Design Studio, hit Import, and we're going to find that Cup of Cheer one more time. And we're going to select Open. Now, as you can see, because it's a PNG file, it will register as a print and cut, or I can also register this as a background image. Now for this one, I'm gonna go ahead and just hit print and cut just to make it a little bit easier. My mask tolerance, I keep that as just as it is as default because there's really not a lot of manipulation or things I need to do. But just to kind of explain what the mask tolerance is, if we go and zoom way, way into an image, let's see if I can throw it off at all. You can see right here in the actual cavity that we're having some pixels, obviously, that are colored white. So I can adjust that mask tolerance to get as close to the edge of my design as possible so that when I get to the final result in my print and cut, we know that there's no white marks that are hanging off or hanging around. Let's go back ahead and hit next. Now the next screen is going to be able to adjust my minimum contour area, my smoothing level, and everything like that. We'll hit next because that by default works just fine. Here's the step that I want us to pay attention to. Inside Leonardo Design Studio, as you guys have already heard last year or later in the year, we've added an inset feature into the actual print and cut screens in the order of processes. So where you guys were used to seeing a contour offset, being able to draw the offset further away from your image, we can now inlay that a little bit into your image, which will then prevent from any miscalibrations. Remember, when we're doing a lot of jobs and we have, say, a Juliet or a Romeo or our home cutting system is off calibration just a little bit, we want to find an easy way to get through that project so then we can address and address the issue at hand as it comes up. So with the inset, that helps us just get kind of halfway there. So I can go ahead and select inset, and then now I can move my slider, which will draw the line into my design as opposed to away from my design. All right, so once we hit finish, that design now is on my main screen inside Leonardo Design Studio. Now, while I check to make sure our files have exported for our Valentine's Day ones, do we have anything, comments, questions, concerns? We'll go to Instagram first, Chloe.
Nothing much.
All right.
Lots of people watching.
Who do we have watching in right now?
What do we see? Let's see. We got B. Rogers, 2000s. B. Rogers, 2000s just
Very
joined
cool.
in. They said hello.
Hey, hey.
Siser America Latina has joined. They are
Hey, this
in
one's
the
for you guys.
Woo! Yes.
Love it. Alrighty, who do we have over on, let's go Facebook first, or whatever you have up first, Trev.
Yeah, I
Facebook
got
or-
Facebook here.
Okay, cool.
Our friend Thomas Elkins from Warsaw, Indiana says Happy New
Hey,
Year.
Thomas, say welcome, my friend.
Yeah, we got some fans of Creative Fabrica. Beverly Johnson says, love Creative Fabrica.
I love it, I love it.
Janelle Rivera says Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Let's see. Sherry Braun says hi from Minnesota.
Hello, hello.
Donna Howard is also a Creative Fabrica fan.
Awesome.
Creative Fabrica is awesome.
All right, so you guys are aware of Creative Fabrica, then I like that.
And then for our friends over on YouTube, they're saying for 2024, Lorraine Castle and Rowe says they're going to be making lots of t-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, and garden flags.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
The garden flag thing is actually an underutilized project, and I love them. Little like garden pennants and stuff that you can put out.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
We got Soak and Rays from sunny Florida. I got some grandparents down there right now.
Listen, I don't like either of those because it's like 30 degrees outside here in Michigan right now. So it says soak and raise. It's something that I envy right now. And then you say you're in the sun in Florida. I also envy you. So I appreciate you for hanging out. All right, cool. Well, hey, let me ask.
Well, we got a
go ahead.
question. Can we use Leonardo Design Studio if we don't have a Juliet or a Romeo?
So that is a great question, and I'm so glad that somebody at least asked this once alive so that we can get that information out there, because sometimes this thing's not a steel trap all the time. But Leonardo Design Studio is at your full access on our website. So go to CaesarNA.com, and there's actually a Leonardo tab. I believe there's a cutter tab. Let me just double check it really quick just to make sure it didn't change anywhere. But once you go to our website, you can go over to cutters, and then Leonardo Design Studio. From there, once you're in the Leonardo Design Studio landing page, about halfway down the page is a little hyperlink that's in red where you can actually create an account, and then you can download for either Mac or PC. And the benefit is you can use Leonardo Design Studio Basic or Pro without a cutter. The only thing that you need the cutter for is to actually execute the cut. But I have seen a few people that are using Leonardo Pro to design, using Leonardo Design Studio Basic to design, just to learn and get the feel of the software, so feel free to do that. And you can also still take advantage of these awesome deals. If you are going to try out Leonardo Design Studio, I'm going to tell you this though. With Leonardo Design Studio, once you sign up, we actually have a deal going on through January 15th for a discount on Leonardo Design Studio Pro. So if you take advantage of that, and then you decide to get a Juliet or a Romeo high definition cutter, which we know you will because we know you'll love it, but if you decide to then go and get a machine, you already have access, right, to the Pro software or basic software if you prefer. You have access to the deal if you want it. You have access to this deal if you want it, but then you can already start getting off to the races. So by the time you get your machine, the only thing you got to learn on your machine is how to press the on button, how to put a blade in, and you're there. You're already 3/4 of the way there once you get in. So I always encourage people, definitely get into Leonardo Design Studio, try it out, see what you like, what you don't like, and also, like I've told you guys in the past before, make sure to let us know what you like and what you don't like, because that's the way that we've been able to grow and learn and work through this system is by your feedback. So we appreciate any of that. All right. So right now, I think I ran out of space on my computer, unfortunately, which Trev and Chloe know that this has been something that's been going on for a minute. So I'm going to work on that. But what we're going to do is we're going to have a cup of cheer. That's what we're going to do right now. For Valentine's Day, we're doing a callback to Christmas. That's all right. Creative Fabrica is an awesome place. There's a ton of designs. There's a ton of options that you have in there. For me, I'm just having a technical, so to not extend this too long for you guys, we're going to keep going on. But with that, we've talked about how to bring an image from Creative Fabrica. Now you know how to extract. And then with the ones that I extracted this morning, the Christmas designs, now I have access to those and I can import them into Leonardo Design Studio. Once we've gone through that, the rest is stuff that we've taught you guys, but I want to go over it one more time because this is the new year. So hashtag new year, new me. Well, new year, new us, all of us together. I'm going to set the parameters of the page that I'm going to print then cut. So what I'm going to do is in Leonardo Design Studio on the artboard and cutting mat menu, there's a little tiny printer. Now I select that and that'll allow me to decide what printer I want to actually send this design to. Now there's a reason why I have the design set up the way that I do right now, and I haven't sized it or anything. I like to get my page down first so I know what my maximum parameters are of being able to print then cut and being able to space out my design. So we're going to do the Canon, the T9500 series, which is the Canon sitting up here. We're going to change it to an 11:17 because we're using the larger pages of Easy Color DTV. And then from there, I can do one of two things, as you guys know. I can go up to the page marks and have my actual registration marks on all four corners of my page, or in this case, I just want them around my image, and there's a reason why. For an image like this, and the sweater that I have, the crew neck that I have, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and just put this down on the heat press so we can start prepping that in a moment, but I wanna get a good measurement. Now, this crew neck here is a large, so I usually, for me, depends on the person, okay? If they like oversized designs, I'll go a little bit bigger than 10 inches. But for a large, I'm really going like a max of 10 inches. I've seen Chloe with some of her sweaters that she wears. You're good down for a little bit bigger design on there?
Yeah.
Cool, cool. Okay. I also just don't want to waste a whole page. So I'm trying to make it big enough. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna change my width. We're gonna go 10.25. We're gonna go just a little bit bigger than normal. On our design itself. And what I'm going to do is right now you can see that my design is falling outside of the actual threshold of my page itself. There's a couple of things that I can correct here. Number one, I can do something simple like check the side, and I know that this is only 8 inches tall, so I could easily rotate this so that it's in frame. Or in a lot of cases, what I can do is I can actually bring these crop marks a little bit closer to my design, which will allow me to still have that maximum 10.25 inches across that I want for this particular hoodie, or I mean this particular crew neck that we're going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my mark spacing and I'm going to go 0.125 and see if just like that, it will now show me my entire image and it's not grayed out, which is an indicator to me that it's falling within the print and cut boundaries or registration marks. From there, all I'm going to simply do is I'm going to bring this down to the bottom, this whole actual image down to the bottom of my page. And again, there's a reason why I'm doing this as well. Because with something like an 11 by 17 page, I've now only used about 8 or so inches. What is this exactly? I've used 8.372 inches. So as you guys know, an 8.5 by 11 page, I could probably now slice this out of the top of this page itself, and now I have a full sheet that I can also decorate. Or I can double up this image on this same exact page if I want. Or in this case, like I said, I'm going to print this out. I'm not going to use a cutting mat, so I have some room at the top for the pinch rollers to grab. But then, now I have an 8.5 by 11 page that I can put right back through the printer, and I've saved now space. I bought an 11 by 17, I was able to chop it in 2, and that's an easy way to be able to make sure that you're utilizing your material the right way, so that we're not causing a ton of waste. So, from here, we got our image, we know what we want, we're happy with it. And then I'm going to go ahead and go over to the Send Design menu. Now from here, as you guys already know, there's a printed artwork. There's also a cutting contours option. The printed artwork is where I want to start first. I want to make sure that my page size is set appropriately. I can recenter from here. I can add it onto a cutting mat if I want. We're not going to do any of that, and I don't need to mirror. One new update in Leonardo Design Studio that you guys may have noticed, and if you haven't, make sure that you're on the most current version of Leonardo, is there is actually a copies option now. So I can select copies and I can make as many copies as I want of the same print and cut. So not only are we doing multiple copies of print and cut, but we only have one cut file on here. So we're making the process as simplistic as possible as we go through it. But for this, I'm not making any copies, so I'm just gonna send to the printer. All right, cool. So while that's sending over to the printer, let's hop back into comments, see if anybody's asking questions. Does anybody have anything? Chloe's just like, listen, the Instagram people are loving these projects, but that just means we're answering questions as they come, and I'm happy with that. All right, so that's printing out. Trev, what do we got over there on the Facebook and the YouTubes?
We got a question here. How do I get the Creative Fabrica deal? I pay monthly.
Ooh, if you pay monthly, so we'll have more information. There's actually a post that's going to be going out today, and we'll have more information on if you're currently using Creative Fabrica, because as Adam and I were just talking about before the live, there is a way that if it's been within the last 6 months, correct, from the time that you register, you can still get the reimbursement, correct? Okay, perfect. So we're gonna make sure that that's all laid out for you guys in writing so that you can see it. We'll make sure that our staff has information. I know that you're doing a blog right now, correct?
Yep, I
Okay.
actually just posted it, so I can drop the link.
Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, we got some banding coming from this guy, but that's okay. We'll use it for this one. But my design was a little bit too low, so we're gonna have to raise this up a little tiny scotch. Okay, but yeah, so Adam, actually, so you just posted it?
Yes.
Then awesome. So there is a blog that's out currently right now that also explains that process a little bit more in detail so that you guys have that information. All right, let me send this to the printer one more time, just because we banded. I'm just gonna double check some of my settings in here. Standard quality, plain paper, we're good. Everything looks fine there. And then we're gonna hit okay, and then print one more time. So yeah, so we wanna make sure that you guys have all of the information, but I obviously don't like putting everything into a live because it gets lost in the shuffle. So I wanna make sure that info is right in front of you. But for the ones that are just tuning in, Siser and Creative Fabrica is teaming up to give you an awesome deal on Creative Fabrica's All Access plan for $59 a month. Now, this typically is a lot more money than that. However, we've discounted it down to $59. And the benefit for you is that Creative Fabrica is actually doing a reimbursement once you sign up. So if you are currently a Leonardo Design Studio member, you will be getting an email that will detail the Creative Fabrica discount as well as how to sign up. If you're not currently a member of Leonardo Design Studio, whether basic or pro, it's just having a registered cutter is the only really stipulation, right? So once you register that cutter, register that account, you'll also get that email that'll then allow you to take advantage of that deal itself. So, all right, so
I've got a couple questions.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So someone on YouTube is asking, didn't see the weed box in your screen. Is it not there for print and cut?
So for print and cut, the weed box, it's actually good. And hop really quick into software, yep. Trev. For the weed box, it will not be on the printed setting. It will be on the cut. So once you get to the cut itself, here's where that auto weed box lives. So I get it, it's a little confusing, but just attribute it to this. Weed box is typically dealing with cutting, so that's gonna be on the cutting menu for print and cut, and then your print is really the only thing that's on that print artwork tab or panel that's inside Leonardo. So hopefully that answers
Another
it.
quick question.
Yeah.
Is a subscription to Leonardo a one-time deal or annual fee?
There is actually 2 different versions of Leonardo Design Studio Pro subscription. There is a month-to-month fee or an annual. So if you are somebody that prefers to pay more on an annual basis, that's how we are. It's like in January we can knock out all of our subscriptions. We're done for the year. We don't have to worry about it. That is a month or a 1 year or a year to year. Sorry. And then the 1 month for the folks that are fine with paying month to month, you can also take advantage of that. But make sure until January 15th, we have the Leonardo Pro discount going on. The month-to-month is Holiday 23, and then the yearly is Holiday, or month-to-month is Holiday 23, and then the yearly is Holiday 23 YR. So Holiday 23 for month-to-month, where you get it $4.99 per month for Leonardo Design Studio Pro, and then Holiday 23 YR to get Leonardo Design Studio Pro for just $49.99 for the entire year. Both of those are in USD, all countries. Your percentage will adjust accordingly as well. So, any other questions coming in?
Maybe just demonstrate one more time how you found the weed box
Yes.
option.
Yep, absolutely. So in software right now, we have a print and cut image. The first set is going to be your printed artwork. The second panel that you'll see is going to be cutting contours. This will be all of your cut file itself. So what you can do is, if you're on your printed artwork, you won't have the weeding box, but if you are on the cuts menu, this is where your auto weed box will live within there. Cool, cool?
Cool, thank you.
No problem. Let me print this one out. I printed that one just a little bit low, so I kind of cut off my registration mark, but I got one right here that I printed out as well, so we'll have one just kind of for safety. Alrighty, anything else coming in? Okay. Ooh, this means he's gonna try to stump me, which means that Anna probably IM'd him right now. What? Just kidding. I'm being aggressive, I'm sorry.
Can you change the margins on print and cut to make your image larger?
Can you change?
Only goes to 8.5 by 11.
Listen, let me show you guys a little secret. Where did that one come from?
That came from Janelle Rivera.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say Yohan Giorsetti. All right, let me get this cut going really quick, and let's hop into that really fast, because there is a way to increase your print and cut registration margin, or while decrease the margin, increase your printable space. So we'll show you how to go through that really fast. So I have now my page printed. We're loaded up onto the Juliet high definition cutter. I have my blade that's right within, just inside of the registration mark. And actually, I'm gonna go in software really quick, Trev, sorry, just to show them where this goes. So inside Leonardo, we're gonna show you this, but outside of Leonardo on the Juliet, you'll see a print and cut registration mark in the bottom left that looks similar to this. It's an L shape, just like all the registration marks are, and there's a little caret underneath it. This is just an indicator of what registration mark to start when you're registering your print and cut image, okay? But for your blade itself, your blade has to be somewhere inside this bottom left registration L, okay? So I usually put my blade as close to as possible to the inside corner, but just make sure that it's just inside that registration mark. That should give you a precise, clean registration every single time, and hopefully it scans well. Did that make sense, Trev? Okay. I saw your face and I was like, oh, if I'm confusing you, then I'm confusing them.
falling asleep because I'm tired.
Oh, cool.
It's not your fault.
That's all right. All right, dude. Okay, so what we're gonna go ahead and do is I've already linked up my Juliet via the Wi-Fi or the Wi-Fi or the Wi-Fizzle, whatever you call it, it's up to you. See, I'm just trying to wake everybody up now. They get bored with me, guys, is what it is. It's not you, it's me.
You should have just seen my eyes roll.
No, I saw it.
No,
So,
for them.
oh yeah. So yeah, that's the thing is that the video team plus Adam plus Anna are normally your guys' personalities coming through the camera. So I get my feedback from them. So when one of them do this, I know you guys at home are doing that too. So we'll be better. Anyways, we're connected to Wi-Fi right now. The only thing that I'm gonna do is just test and double check to make sure my Wi-Fi is connected. And I wanna show you really fast how to go through that. And then let's get this project knocked out for Chloe because she's trying to wear this hoodie today. It's cold in here. So anyways, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the two little gears on the Send Design menu. This is a common mistake for people that use Leonardo. On the Send Design menu is where you're going to connect USB or Wi-Fi, okay? So I'll click those two little gears, make sure that my computer's connected to the Wi-Fi that my cutter is connected to. Hit either the USB if we're hardwired, or in this case, we're gonna connect via Wi-Fi. So on our cutter itself, when you're connecting your Wi-Fi, which is something you would see on the screen, so it's a little harder to show on camera, is it'll show you a cutter IP address. So what I'm gonna basically do is just double check and make sure that that IP address is correct. And a really easy way, not only visual to see if it's correct, is that if I hit this little arrow, if I'm connected properly, this box will go away. If I'm not connected properly, this box will pop up a warning for us. So I'm gonna go ahead and click it. That's an indicator right there within software that we're connected. The second test that I always do just for myself, this is only to make sure that my blade won't fall off of the page, that I'm not gonna have a weird scan when I'm going to scan my art, which we'll see how close we get to that edge, is I'm going to hit area test. And all this is going to do is this is just gonna run the perimeter of my design to ensure that my blade won't fall off of my design once I'm done. And then once I'm happy, although we're gonna do an ultimate test. I don't know if my page might be a little too far over to the right, but let's try it anyway. From there, I'm just going to hit Send Design. So now I'm gonna send to my cutter. I'm going to let it scan the marks. I'm hoping that it gets this one on this edge. Am I too far? Oh, yes. So 11 by 17 page, that's a good thing to let you guys know. This is an 11 by 17 page that we're actually cutting right now of DTV. It is in the center of the Juliet, and we still have plenty of room on all sides to be able to register our print and cut marks, which is an awesome thing. So as this is, what are we doing, cutting? As this is cutting out, I wanna hop in really quick to show you how to increase your printable space, decrease your margins within Leonardo. So I'm gonna go ahead and just bring this off of screen really quick. And I'm gonna change it really quick to the normal print and cut margins that we have. Go use there and accept, and then we're going to get off of print and cut, and then we'll go back on print and cut, and we'll bring up just regular 8.5 by 11. So this is what you were saying, is that the 8.5 by 11 sheet trying to give you more room to print, right, Adam? Okay, perfect. So on an 8.5 by 11 sheet, we have our standard print and cut margins, and I'll throw the page marks up so you can see how thick those margins are, which again, they're still, it's pretty insane. I'll actually post it. I'll post it into the support group, so make sure that you're part of the Siser North America support group on Facebook. I actually did a comparison for max print cut size for Cricut, Cameo, and us. And the results are actually pretty astounding. So anyways, with that said, if I want to increase or decrease the margin, increase the printable space, I'm gonna go to File, and then Preferences, and then I'll go down to All Preferences. So from this menu, there's a ton of different preference options that you have within Leonardo Design Studio, but the one that I wanna focus on is going to be the small page margins. Once you select that, there's just two little warning exclamation points. Don't worry about them. They're just letting you know that you're choosing to go smaller with your page margins, which means that you need to make sure that your artwork isn't overflowing too much, right? So with that, I'll hit accept. And now as you see, nothing has changed. But what I need to go ahead and do is I need to go into the page marks, deselect page marks, and then reselect it. And as you see on an 8.5 by 11 page, I've just increased the printable area or printable space within Leonardo. So it's a really good tool that works in Basic and Pro. It's just a preference feature. I suggest go bigger because then you're not wasting space. That's just my suggestion though. Did that work, Adam? Did that a good explanation? Okay, good. Hey, if Adam's happy, I'm happy. And then just so you guys know too, like we had mentioned a couple of times here, I always just want to make sure we circle back to it.
I thought you were looking for scissors.
No, I got them right here, yeah. But we are doing a awesome deal with our friends over at Creative Fabrica right now, where you can actually sign up if you're a current Leonardo Design Studio user. You should have gotten an email for the deal for Creative Fabrica. It's $59. to pay for the entire year, unlimited all access to Creative Fabrica. You'll then get reimbursed from our friends over at Creative Fabrica. So you actually get the year for free for being a Leonardo registered user. And then if you are planning on, or maybe for some of you guys that got a Romeo or Juliet as a Christmas gift, perfect opportunity to register and take advantage of the Creative Fabrica deal, either way that you go. So, all right, so what I'm gonna do now that I'm done printing and cutting, I'm gonna go ahead and start weeding out this design so that we can mask and apply it. And while I'm weeding this out, what kind of questions do we have coming in right now?
Someone said that we're frozen on Instagram.
Uh-oh, we're frozen.
Whoops. Let me check.
Oopsie daisies. The Wi-Fi in here has been our friend this morning, so. The one person, or the one thing that didn't decide to come back after the holidays is the Wi-Fi, guys. So we apologize. All right, so I'm ready to rock for the next part. Okay, so I have my print right here. I am also going to grab my mask. Let me move my keyboard out of the way. And all I'm doing right now is I'm just measuring the size of my image, just so I can cut my transfer, or my TTD Easy Mask. Did that give you anxiety, Adam, that I said TTD Easy Mask as opposed to high tech? That's all right. We got to trust. Trust the process. Alrighty, so again, we already talk about this all the time, but I always reiterate it. You can either go hamburger style or hot dog style, which you can fold from the center and then let the transfer naturally lay out, or you can go from one edge to the other edge. I prefer to go center out, just easiest for me. It lays down really well, and then I take my squeege, and here's something really important with this step in the process. Make sure, I always use the felt side. This is just more of a preference than anything, but I always go from the center of my image out to the edges, outside edges. And the reason why I do that is I try to get the air bubbles in a small area done first and contained. It's a lot easier to push air bubbles out when they're in smaller, 2 or 3 inch pockets, as opposed to if you have a bunch of them all over the place. You guys know if you've ever changed a phone case, or not a phone case, but a phone screen on a screen, you guys understand the bubble issue, right? Well, that still happens with materials as well, but by doing things like going from the center out, we're able to eliminate a lot of those air bubbles through the channel. So we're gonna go ahead and weed. Look at that, Adam. You like that? And here's the cool part about Easy Color DTV that I think we don't talk about enough. If I don't want to use this design right now, take my transfer tape backer, and I'm just going to, or my TTD high tech mask backer, I'm just going to put it on the back, and now I can take this and look at it, I can store it. Look, I got my own little storage shelf now of all my designs and things like that I'm creating. But we're going to be using this one, so the last step that we need to do in the process is come over and actually prep the garment itself. And so for that, I'm going to apply time and temp 305 degrees, 10 to 15 seconds. That's what this heat press stays on, unless we're doing an eco stretch project. But I'm going to go ahead and just pre-press my garment. And for any of these, I actually found a cool little trick, guys, that I think is awesome. So looking at a collar, right, on a shirt. This is just a regular large shirt, and this works for a large, as far as I know, so don't yell at me if it doesn't work for an extra large. But this is about a full hand thickness, okay, from the top of the collar to the bottom of the collar. Well, if I take the bottom of the collar and I fold that down, okay, so I fold it down, and then I place that line on the top of my platen and just fold the collar over, I now know that I'm 3 to 4 fingers below the collar. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to hit you guys, hit the mic. But I'm 3 to 4 fingers below the collar. I'm just hitting myself, sorry.
No, there was one earlier that was much worse.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, it's okay.
Sorry. I got to get used to having the thing in there. All right,
right.
cool. So now I know that when I actually put my image down, my image is going to be where I want it to be. It'll already be low enough on the garment so it doesn't look weird, because I think a full front chest that starts at the collar is kind of a weird look. I don't know. You let me know, Chloe. Maybe it's your style, though. I have no idea.
I don't think it is.
Okay, good. Because it's not mine either. The other thing that I like doing when I prep my garments too, you guys already know, I like to draw that center line. When we're working with a smaller heat press platen. It's a lot easier to just give it a quick center line because then you know where the center of the garment is, and there's not a lot of guesswork. But pro tip for the person who called out the weeding box, if you add a weeding box to your design, okay, that is also a great opportunity for you to center your image properly too, because all you're doing is once your weeding box is cut out, you're just folding that side to side. As long as your image is centered within your weeding box, you're gravy. I mean, everything works out the way that it's supposed to. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead. I already prepped my garment. Take my Easy Color, going to line that up. The printer needs to be clean too, by the way. A little bit of banding. That's all right. This is gonna look great regardless. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this for about, I don't know, 4 or 5 seconds, and then I can actually peel this off. And then what I wanna do is instead of using like a regular Teflon or parchment, I always just use the DTV, the backer. Makes it a lot easier for me. So then I'll go ahead and apply it for the remainder of the time, and we're good to go. What's up, Chloe?
Probably a good idea to like do a print nozzle check before you do your print and cut project.
100%, yes. If you ever get any banding or you get anything, and actually this is actually a good example of that, because then what I can do is I'll do a nozzle cleaning on this, and I'll show you what it looks like before and after. But for this particular one, and you might be able to see some of it from there, there is a little bit of banding in this design. You can see where some of the contours might have gotten a little bit cut up because of that banding, and you can see some of the lines. Do you see it, Chloe?
I kind of can see it.
Okay, good.
Here.
I was gonna say, if you can see it from there, you can't see it. Okay, so there's a little bit of banding, and what banding basically looks like, let me grab a sheet, and then I just had a Sharpie over here a minute ago. Is there a Sharpie over there? I think it'd be, there we go, highlighter will work. As long as you can see it on camera, I'm good with it. All right, cool, perfect, thanks. All right, well, typically with the printer, what it's doing is your head is basically moving from side to side. So a lot of times what happens when we get what's called banding in our designs is you'll see that your printer will lay down ink, and then there'll be a gap in between each time that head moves. And sometimes, because a print head is actually made up of these little dots that make up the print head, which lay down your ink strategically and uniform to give you a good even print, you know, a couple of these heads could be clogged, or a couple of these nozzles could be clogged, which is not allowing ink to flow through. So that's when you're getting what's called banding, where you're seeing stripes or lines through your image, whether horizontally or whether vertically. If they come out vertically, that's usually just an alignment issue. If they're coming out horizontally, that's typically a nozzle head issue or something we need to check for. So we'll do a quick nozzle check, and I'm actually gonna post a quick before and after of this one. You can see it if it's a little closer. But anyways, what other questions? Do we have any questions, comments, concerns before we wrap it up here?
Sally J. Long said good throw.
Hey, see, that's it. All-star athletes here that make up the Siser team.
Ooh.
Yeah. You got anything, Adam?
Oh, sorry, I was looking at the shirt.
No, that's good. I meant just, do you have anything else in general? So just so you guys to recap, Creative Fabrica and Siser, we've partnered up $59 for all access of Creative Fabrica. If you're currently a registered Leonardo Design Studio user and have a registered account or cutter with Siser, you can take advantage of this deal. Now, there'll be more information. Adam has a beautiful blog that he's posted out there, so make sure that you look out for the blog for more info on the Creative Fabrica opportunity. We showed you how to use Creative Fabrica here. We showed you how to take your designs, download them, then we're able to extract all of our files, bring them into Leonardo Design Studio, and execute a really cool, quick project that we were able to do while talking and having a conversation. So it's an awesome, awesome deal. If you're currently a user, you should have an email. If you're not currently a user and become a user of Leonardo soon and register your account, you will then get an email to take advantage of this deal. Don't forget as well about the Leonardo Design Studio discount for Leonardo Design Studio Pro, $499 for a month-to-month rate and $49.99 for the entire year up until January 15th. So you use the promo code HOLIDAY23 for the month-to-month for $499 and HOLIDAY23YR for the yearly. What's up, Adam?
You have a question.
Okay.
No. Leslie's asking for the Leonardo Pro.
Mhm.
If they want to sign up for the year, but they currently have the monthly, do they have to first cancel the monthly?
Yes. So the way that it worked is that you're canceling your month-to-month subscription. The day after that, the day after your final day, you can sign up for the deal. Okay. Now I know that Tony was working on some stuff in the back end, so hopefully there's more information that comes from that. If there is, we'll make sure that you're aware of it and it's posted. But as of right now, that's kind of the process of how it works. Cool, cool. Alrighty, guys. Listen. Happy New Year, happy holiday to you all, or happy holidays to you all. We're really excited about what 24 is going to bring for Siser. We already have a ton of really cool content just set for this month that we already went over as a team this morning of fun stuff we're going to be working on. The development side of our team has some really, really awesome things coming up this year. I'm super excited about what 24 can bring us. Happy New Year to you all. We love you. Make sure that you're following on all social platforms, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Make sure that if you need a distributor or a local reseller to reach out to us at info@siserna.com. But other than that, if everybody doesn't have anything else, we love you. Stay creative, and we'll see you next time, guys. Bye, everybody.